everybody, my name is Evie, and welcome to a game called Interactive Horror Stories. Now, before we continue, this is a warning. There is sensitive topics like death, suicide, self-harm, and murder in this game. So if you are not someone who wants to watch those type of things, I suggest that you don't watch it. But if you are, let's continue. Now, this is an interactive story mode style game, I believe, and they have multiple choices. And each choice you make can alter the different endings or ending that you might have. I am not sure how many endings there are during this game, but I'm sure we will find out. So let's jump into it. You are a single mother. Your daughter, Lisa, is an intelligent girl who doesn't have any friends. You buy her a rag doll. Soon, Lisa will claim that the doll can talk, and this is just the beginning of your nightmare. Can the doll be really possessed by Lisa, as Lisa claims? If you are stuck, you can see our Facebook post about how to get the good ending of the story. Okay. Play. The doll. As a single mother, you know how hard it is to look after a 13-year-old girl. Hard, still joyful. Her presence gives you all the strength you need. Her name's Lisa. She is a shy girl. She doesn't talk much. You got divorced 3 years ago because he cheated on you with his secretary. Wow. Ugh. Lisa misses her father, but you don't allow her to see him. She adores her father, but you think he is a butthole. Lisa is a special kid. Her teacher once said that she is too intelligent for a girl her age, but you already knew it. Her reactions are unexpectedly mature. She is also hardworking, and you expect perfection from her. Her teacher told you that you must take Lisa to a psychiatrist. You will do it soon. She is a lonely girl, maybe because she doesn't talk much. You think she needs friends. So you bought her a rag doll to ease her loneliness. This background is actually pretty spooky. You bought the rag doll from the local toy store. Not an expensive toy, nothing too fancy. Lisa might still like it. You know that expense doesn't make Lisa happier. The doll is a girl with big blue eyes and curly black hair. She has a wide grin that you can call friendly. Her dress is red, matching her shoes. She also has eyebrows. The unnamed doll waits for her new owner in Kid's bedroom. You haven't brought Lisa home from school yet. It's Friday. Not a sunny day. The sky is covered with gray clouds. Can't speak. You are driving your car. Lisa sits on the next seat. The seat belts are worn tight. She looks from the window blankly, without any expression on her face. You remember that the math exam's results were going to be announced today. Oh, okay. So here's the multiple answers. 1. How are the exam results? 2. Were you able to make any friends today? 3. I bought you a rag doll today. 4. Continue driving. I don't think asking... Well, as a kid, I never liked being asked. So, about my results. How about I bought you a rag doll today? Oh, that's nice. Thank you, she says. There isn't any excitement in her voice. Well, fine then. How about... 1. Lisa sighs and says, terrible. I am the 7th in class, not first like the previous exam. I know you will be mad at me. I didn't study enough. Oh, okay. It's okay, darling. You are right, Lisa. You should have studied more. It's okay, darling. She looks at you with a slight surprise. You always scolded her whenever she wasn't the best. Now you say it's okay, darling? She continues watching the cars pass by. I guess we're just asking everything. Were you able to make any friends today? No, she says with a determined voice. They are just idiots. For example, they see the other classes in the school as enemies, as if they were an enemy nation with a different religion. I mean, it is still silly to be enemies because of race or religion. These morons in my class hate each other just because they are different classes. It's kind of deep, especially for a kid. Okay, so continue driving. You finally arrive home. The doll is in your bedroom, Lisa. You tell her. Well, she climbs up the stairs slowly. Apparently, she isn't so excited about the doll. You follow her to her bedroom. She picks up the doll that's on her bed. I will think of a nice name, Lisa says. But I have to go. I have got... What? But I have got homework to do first. play comes after study. She is definitely a weird kid. 1, yes, study. Don't go hard on yourself. 2. So you leave Lisa alone in her room. You have got a lot of work to do anyways. Not only you will cook, but you also need to work on a novel's cover illustration as a freelance artist. The deadline is close, so you work hard nowadays. You work all day. The only break you take is I can't speak. Can't speak at all. I'm getting tongue-tied again. It's 2200. Bedtime for Lisa. You visit Lisa before she sleeps. She's in her pink dotted pajamas. She is holding the doll in her arms. Mom, I'm going to tell you something, but you won't believe. After a few seconds of silence, she speaks. The doll can speak. She told me her name is Anna. What? That's impossible. Go on. Which one should I pick? Believe her maybe and say, go on? Lisa explains. Anna says that she was nothing but a piece of light, a light that's drifting in absolute blackness, a weak light in the infinite darkness. Then she found life in this doll. She was waiting in the toy store for a friend, lonely, and today she found me. She says that she loves me. Don't be ridiculous. Dolls can't speak. I believe in you. We need to throw the doll away. Just chuck it. I believe in you. Keep the doll. And what did you tell her? I think I'm going to say 4. Lisa smiles. And I said that I will be her new friend, and I will always love her. She continues. And then she told me that she was happy. Happy that like the times when she used to be an angel. At least she knows she's dead. Don't be ridiculous. Dolls can't speak. I believe in you. We need to throw the doll away. I believe in you. Keep the doll. I think 3. Lisa doesn't show her emotions usually, but this time you can see that she is surprised. Oh? Thank you very much, Mom, she says. You kiss her goodnight and leave her with Anna the doll. Well, I don't think I'm getting any bad things happening yet, so that's good. Because of all the hard work, you begin to feel tired, and you go to bed. It doesn't take long for you to fall asleep. A few hours later, you wake up to the sounds coming from the outside. You hear hysterical laughters coming from the garden. They belong to a girl, specifically Lisa's. You stand up and look outside the window. You see Lisa standing and laughing in the garden under the pale moonlight. She is facing back. You can't see her face. 1, shout out, go to the garden. Go to the garden. You climb down nervously. You wear your shoes and walk to the garden. Lisa doesn't react to your presence. You approach Lisa and put your hand on her shoulder. She turns to face you. Oh, God. Okay. Oh, no! It is not Lisa's face. It is not even a human face. The texture of the face is a gray rag. The eyes are quite big for a human. So is the wide smile. The voice changes. It doesn't belong a girl now? I think it's supposed to say, it doesn't belong to a girl now, but a demon. She stares at you and laughs. Oh no. You wake up. It was just a nightmare. You're all sweaty with tear. The morning has already broken. You decide to check on Lisa. Lisa is sleeping peacefully, hugging Anna. Anna is carrying that wide smile that annoys you now. But hey, it is normal. It would be terrible if the doll's face was different than how you bought it. You go... Wow, it's pretty bad that she actually thought that way. It's really pushing on my fear of dolls. You go to the kitchen to prepare a weekend breakfast. You usually make omelet with sausage on Saturdays. You will repeat that habit today. You are in the kitchen. You take the sausage and eggs from the fridge. You need to slice the sausage, so you open the drawer to pick up a meat knife. Something is wrong. The knife isn't there. Search for the knife in the kitchen. Look inside the garbage bin? Why would it be in the garbage bin? Now I want to look in the garbage bin. You couldn't find the knife inside the garbage bin. You search the knife in... Okay. You search the knife in everywhere possible, but it's in vain, so you decide to use another knife to prepare the omelet. After you have prepared the omelet, Lisa wakes up and joins you in the kitchen. You eat the breakfast with her. She doesn't look so happy. There is an uneasiness in her face. The meat knife is missing. Did Anna speak again? You have to study today, no play, or don't ask anything. I mean, it's kind of odd to be asking about the knife to your daughter, right? I'm gonna say 2. She did not speak today, but she kept changing her facial expression. Sometimes she looked so happy, sometimes not. She was frowning. There was anger in her face. I can't understand her. Lisa continues eating breakfast. Oh, that is so freaking creepy. I guess meat knife? It is strange, Mom. I have no idea where the knife went, Lisa answered. I kind of figured that would be the case. And I guess 3. Lisa sighed. This is Saturday. But okay, Mom. I will work hard and be better. Then she looked away. She might be hiding her thoughts. She was not such a vocal girl. Oh, maybe I should have just said nothing. The breakfast is over. I need to study math, says Lisa, then climbs up to her room. You also need to work on the novel cover. You are both busy now. It is evening now. As you work on the cover, you hear screams from Lisa's room. You rush to her room. You find Lisa standing and breathing in panic. Her arms are full of stitches. Why is it that I can read really well sometimes and I can't others? She did it, Lisa screams, showing her heavily wounded arms as blood leaks down to the floor. She jumped and ran away. You look outside. You can't see any running dolls there. Maybe because she ran away? Or is it too dark outside? Or Lisa is lying. I won't allow her to harm you, Lisa, or slap. Why would I slap her? 1. You crouch and hug Lisa. As she cries, I know how hard it is to believe me now. Thank you for believing me. But please, I want to stay alone. I know that she won't come back. Well, that's kind of suspicious. So you let her stay alone in her room. After closing the... Wait, what about her wounds? We're just gonna leave her wounds? So you let her stay alone in her room after closing the windows and locking the door. You make sure that no doll can trespass. You get into your own bedroom next to Lisa's room, so you can hear her in case she needs you. My heart. Okay. That really got me. It is 3 a.m. now. It's raining outside. Lightning strikes in a light in your dark bedroom. Yeah, it sure did. You haven't slept. You don't care about the freelance work you got. All these events make you too stressed to care about business. You see Lisa's silhouette at the door. She walks in. Lisa is holding something behind her back, but you can't see it. She approaches your bed, climbs it, and comes near you. With a sudden move, she stabs the meat knife in your belly. She stabs you once again. You didn't allow me to live my childhood. She keeps stabbing your body with insanity. Oh my freaking god! I was being so supportive. What the hell? She was mad if I didn't talk about her studies, and now she's mad because I talked about her studies? I hate you, Mom. I hate you. These are the final words you hear as your own daughter repeatedly stabs you and commits matricide? Holy hell. I don't like that kid anymore. The end. There are 2 possible endings. Huh. That was, an interesting story. And definitely got me with the sound effects. I think my heart went in my throat. Alright. So I'm just going to do one playthrough all of these. And since there is multiple endings, if you guys want to see the multiple endings, let me know in the comments down below. And I will make another video of this and do all the other little endings, okay? So let's just continue for now. After Funeral. After Funeral is a modern gothic horror story that takes place 3 days after your son's burial. Aww. You receive messages in your computer. Those claim to be sent by your son's soul. He says that he wants to be with you once again, and he asks you to do a few things in order to be resurrected. Will you believe in the messages? You used to be a father. It has been 3 days since your son, Jonathan White, was buried in the graveyard of the local church. He was 8 years old. Well, it's sad. He had golden hair and blue eyes, just like the beloved man in the carpenter's song, close to you. Since your wife passed away, giving birth to Jonathan, and since he's has been your everything, he was your angel. Now he is gone. He died on a snowy winter morning. You had gone to the market, leaving him alone at home. When you arrived at home, you found Jonathan lying on the bed motionless. His face was covered with his pillow, choked. Oh, jeez. Police couldn't find any trace of trespassing. Well, obviously it wasn't frickin' suicide. There's no way you can choke yourself with a pillow. You clearly remember the solemn moments of Jonathan's funeral. In fact, you try to forget. But the details are in front of your eyes, and they won't go away. The priest had intoned psalms and prayers, those you are not so familiar with. You are not so religious. Well, the lifeless body of your son laid in the church. His feet were turned to the east. He was wearing black suits and shiny shoes. His skin was pale. Sorry, black suits? Don't you mean a black suit and shiny shoes? He was way too young for all of this. You wished it was you lying in there instead of him. Aw. Like the day Jonathan died, it's a snow day in all of Ohio. There are 3 inches of snow outside. It's 1400 now. You are a writer who has been on writer's block since that day. Your favorite word processor is open in the computer. The screen is blank. You haven't written anything for a long time. There are cigarette butts in your ashtray, and your black hot coffee in a cup on your work table. You chain smoke and consume a lot of coffee nowadays. Oh, jeez. As you're sipping your coffee, the doorbell rings. Open the door. Don't open the door. Open. You open the door. It's Bob, your neighbor and friend. You had You had drunk beers and had a barbecue with him for several times. Bob is a nice guy. He is overweight, has short black hair, and has no facial hair. He wears a dark blue jacket and a black beanie. Hey, how are you? I wanted to ask how have you been? I am still depressed. I am fine. Lie. Don't lie. Bob replies, I can imagine how hard it is. I never had kids, but I had a cat when I was younger. I loved her as my daughter. Then I had to bury her in the garden myself. It was tough. I know how much you love Jonathan. I am shocked like you to see him gone. Aw. Bob continues, I am going to the market right now. Do you need anything? You remember that you were out of cigarettes. 1, no thank you. Yes, I need cigarettes. Well, he is offering help, so get him cigarettes. You need cigarettes? He puts his hand in his pocket, then pulls out a pack of cigarettes. Maybe I am a bad friend for doing this, but anyway, take this. I will buy myself another pack in the market. Oh, that was really nice. You take the pack that has 10 cigarettes inside and thank him. Okay, man, see you later. You say goodbye to Bob too, then he goes. You close the door and sit back on your work table. You look at the computer screen that should have been blank, but no, it is not blank. Something is written. Daddy, I missed you. Oh, that is so creepy. Oh, shout Jonathan? Type Jonathan. Turn off the computer. I don't know what to do. I mean, the last one got me killed. I'm gonna shout Jonathan. After you shout your deceased son's name out, the letters appear and form a reply. Yes, it is me. Oh, God! I'm not good with scary games. You are not a computer engineer, but you know that it is possible to hack someone's computer and put a prank on him. If the computer is online, your computer is connected to the internet with the Ethernet cable. Pull the Ethernet cable. How is that possible, Jonathan? Turn off the computer. I'm gonna pull the Ethernet cable. You crouch down and frantically pull the Ethernet cable from your computer. You expect that nothing else will be written, but no, you were wrong. I am in the computer. Oh my God. Turn off the computer. You turn off the computer and the monitor screen goes black. Then nothing else appears on the screen. Sorry guys, I'm a little choked up. This is really nerve-wracking. Okay, you don't find anything to write in your novel, so you don't need to turn on the computer once again. And yes, also the text disturbed you. You don't experience anything supernatural during the rest of the day. At night, you take your sleeping pills and fall asleep. I'm gonna die, aren't I? You are having a vivid dream. You see Jonathan in a garden with green grass and colorful flowers. He runs around with happiness and angels. There are white dressed angels around him. Everyone is smiling. But you are not a part of this dream. Jonathan doesn't see you. But you were still content with seeing him happy in this Eden. He was always a benevolent boy after all. He deserved to go to heaven. Oh! God damn it, Bob! You wake up to the sound of the doorbell's ring. I read that wrong, but oh well. You take a look at the clock. It's 10 a.m. You wear your slippers and open the door. It's Bob. Hello. I need to show you something. He holds a newspaper in his hand. There is anxiety on his face. You take the newspaper. It's Ohio's local newspaper. Another kid choked to death? Officers are investigating the serious case of repeated deaths of kids in the state. Yesterday night, a 6-year-old boy, oh no, Kevin Madsen, was found dead in his bed by his parents. His face was covered with his pillow. What makes this interesting for officers is this is the 7th time a boy died this way this month in Ohio. Recently, 8 years old Jonathan White also died with a pillow on his face. Sheriff Wolcott states that he finds the recent events quite interesting. What do you mean quite interesting? It's obviously a serial murder. The end. There are 2 possible endings. Oh, wow. Okay. So besides Bob scaring the hell out of me, that was it. That was what we got for an ending. All right. Well, that's it. I didn't die this time, at least. Whew. Next one, right? Crystal Skull. You are a king who is loved by his people. You have a serious problem, though. Your only child, Juliana, has an incurable disease and she is dying. You hear about a crystal skull which can cure illnesses and let people have visions. It is brought to your palace from the continent of America, but your man warns you that the skull might be cursed. Will the crystal skull bring health to the princess or doom? Let's go. Crystal Skull. Being a king is hard. Being a good king is even harder. You know this well as the sole ruler of a European kingdom in the age when America is discovered. It has been 25 years since you ascended the throne. Your subjects are content with your rule. Your country is in peace and the people are wealthy. But there is something wrong with your life. Your daughter, Juliana, is ill. She's only 18 years old, and she has got an illness that nobody can cure yet. Princess is dying, and she is your only child, and the heir to the throne. Every doctor you could find tried to cure her, but you have tried almost everything. Almost. You have been informed about a miraculous artifact unearthed in the continent of America. It is a human skull made of crystal. It amazes the scholars because no method is known to carve up such an excellent shape of a skull out of crystal. The skull doesn't belong to the world that you know, but to an ancient civilization that has been lost. But what amazes the scholars is not just the impossible creation. The skull is told to bring miracles to whom touches it with their bare hands. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? Some people tell they saw visions from the future. Some tell that they saw how the human race has originated. And some tell that the skull can cure their illnesses. Those couldn't be cured with the medication available to your era. Naturally, you ordered the best men to bring the miraculous skull to the palace. Doesn't sound like a good idea there, King. It's midnight now. You are in Juliana's chamber. She's lying in her bed, holding your hand as you sit by her bed. No candles are lit inside. Full moon enlightens the princess's chamber, shining on her long blonde hair and blue eyes. She is too weak. Her skin is pale. She has under eye bags, showing her illness. You already suffered the loss of your wife 10 years ago. Now you can't stand seeing your only daughter slowly die. Juliana asks you with a soft voice. Father, am I going to die? I won't allow that. Eventually, yes. She sighs. It is so sad. I am a princess with ambitions to become a ruler, and it is certainly not about personal gain. I want to continue what you do. I want to be a fair ruler and make our people happy, she continues. But I think this is life. Death conquers all. Oh, sheesh. Okay. The door of the chamber is knocked on. The servants generally don't disturb the royal family members at night, so it must be something important. Come in. The brunette boy. I'm still friggin' jumping a little bit. A brunette boy, one of your servants, gets inside the chamber with politeness. He looks at you and says, Your Majesty, the artifact has been brought. You had been waiting for this moment for a long time. Go to this artifact, or kiss Juliana's forehead. I will come back. 2. After you kiss Juliana's forehead and say, I will come back, she brings your hand to her pale lips and kiss it. Then you leave Juliana alone in her chamber. At the exit of Juliana's chamber, you see Sir William, one of the knights who were appointed with the task of bringing the ancient skull. He is a strong man with black hair and a round beard. He wears gloves and holds a bag. Your Majesty, he says, and kneels before you. Signal him to stand up. Let's go to my study chamber. Sir William follows you as you walk to your study chamber. The chamber is well lit with silver candelabras. I think I said that right. All the furniture are classy. It is a king's study room, after all. There is only one chair. It is for you. You sit on it. Sir William stands by you and slowly pulls the artifact from his bag. You push the books on the study desk to open space for the artifact. Here it is, he says, and gently puts the crystal skull on the study desk. The skull is truly a masterpiece if it is crafted by humans. All the details of a human's skull are imprinted with care on raw crystal. Lights coming from the candles are refracted inside the crystal, gaining various colors of a rainbow. It's magnificent, but you sense something sinister, something that doesn't belong to our world. It's a crystal skull, what do you expect? Touch the skull. Did you knights touch the skull? I'm going to ask if they touched the skull. Yes, we did touch the skull with our bare hands, and we all had visions. We took glances from our futures. Some of us saw how they will die. Some of us saw our grandchildren, he continues. But maybe we shouldn't have touched the skull. The day we were about to leave, a native man came to us. He looked like the chief of his tribe. He knew little of our language, but he shouted some words that we could understand. Cursed. No touch. So we haven't touched the skull with our bare hands again. Well, I mean, it's kind of late. You already did, right? I know that our princess needs to find a cure. I also know that we received reliable information about the magical powers of the skull when it comes to incurable diseases. But Your Majesty, I have got a very bad feeling about the skull. I believe that the wise decision is to throw the skull into the sea. I can't let Juliana die. She will touch the skull, or I will trust your insight. Let's do it. As someone who's playing a horror story game, I'm going to trust the knight. I am glad that you agree with me, Your Majesty. So he packs the crystal skull back into the bag. You two get aside the palace and get on your horses to ride to the docks. I feel bad for Juliana, but it's a natural thing. Unfortunately, some things just can't be cured, so it's better than everyone being cursed and dying, right? When you reach the docks, Sir William finds stones and fills the bag with it. Then he throws the bag, your only hope for curing Juliana, to the bottom of the dark sea. I know how hard it must be, but maybe this is the best for all of us. I hope that he is right. The end. There are 3 endings to this story. So I got 1, and the last story I got 1 out of 2, I think it said, and I don't remember what the first one was. That was good. So far, I think I got the good ending then. Alright everybody, that is all the time I have for in this video. If you liked what you saw, hit that thumbs up down below and give that subscribe button a little tap to join the Deviant family. See you next time!